is exactly what we are indeed. Well, as we near the end of the show here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this beautiful Tuesday, you know that for the last couple of weeks, if you've been paying attention, we've been focusing on the psychology, the body, the mind, the wellness, healthy lifestyle of everything, proudly brought to us by NEUROBION. And of course, we've been going on a bit of a yoga journey as well. And this time around, we're actually looking at how yoga can have a positive effect on your brain.
Good physical health is important, but we know that we should take as much time to keeping our brain healthy as well. Make it a priority, and that's what we are focusing on this morning. We're going to explore how yoga helps to keep your brain healthy. And joining us in studio to shed some light on this, we've invited back our friend and psychologist, Ryan, and yoga instructor, who you saw a moment ago, Fran, who are going to be helping explain some of the benefits of yoga for our minds and taking me through just giving us an example of some very practical breathing exercises, because it's amazing, I suppose, because where the diaphragm sits and where our lungs are, knowing the nervous system, breathing is often the first step. Yoga is something that seems to exist in the body, but it does kind of hint at a metaphysical, at something beyond just our body. Why do you think, from a psychologist's perspective, yoga is so healthy for the brain?
Yoga helps us with a mindful mindset. It helps us tap into all the principles of being in the here and now. It assists us through the poses in regulating our nervous system, in tapping into our vagus nerve, which runs right through the body. And these things pretty much regulate the entire body. I think once we've achieved a calmer state, a more centered, grounded space, we feel better. We feel good, we feel calmer, we feel clearer.
I mean, even you and I can feel the tone of our voice has changed because we're thinking about being mindful, even as we speak right now. You've spoken about the physical attributes from someone who is very focused on self and understanding self, taking the time to meditate and be more mindful. What positive effect can that and breathing have on our mind, or our state of mind, maybe?
So all of those things in combination to regulate calming and settling and groundedness allow us a better quality of connection, I think, to self, to the environment around us, allow us to become more aware of ourselves in relation to things around us. We're living more consciously than unconsciously when we're in that space.
Yeah, it's amazing how often we just take a deep breath to de-stress. Now, right now, we're going to have a bit of fun, and I'm going to ask Fran to take us through a couple of very basic breathing exercises, the precursor to doing what would be, I'm sure, a more expansive yoga routine that you can apply even right now, maybe at home or in your office later today. So Fran, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm going to sneak right across here. So I know we're obviously simulating an environment here where normally you would take the time to fully immerse ourselves in this, but maybe you can take us through 2 or 3 breathing techniques, exercises to take us into that other space to start to de-stress.
Okay. So normally you would have done at least a 30-minute body movement workout to get the movement out of the body so that you can sit comfortably. So you would have warmed up your spine by doing a few spinal rotations, a few flexes, just so that your spine is in alignment with your nervous system so that you can sit in a calm, comfortable, easy seat. So let's just close our eyes for a moment, bringing your focus inward and taking a nice deep inhale through your nostrils and then exhaling completely through your mouth. So feel the tension. Feel it dissipate from your body, and taking another deep inhale through your nose and exhaling completely through your mouth. Okay. And now I'm going to demonstrate a breathing technique that's very useful when you're feeling stressed and anxious, and especially when you tend to have an overwhelming to-do list, because that can set off anxiety, which then sets off almost like a paralysis in the body, and you'll end up doing nothing beneficial for yourself. So this breathing technique brings you to the neutral mind. We spoke about the positive and the negative. We want to come to that calm, decluttered, neutral mind. So bringing your hands, your forearms parallel to the floor, your shoulders are relaxed, everything's soft. We're going to take 4 deep sniffs on the inhale through our nostrils. Okay. Raising your hands. 3, 4, until your hands are in line with your shoulders. Flip your hands over, so you're still holding the inhale in. And one long deep exhale. So we would do this for ideally 3 minutes, build up to 11 minutes, build up to 31 minutes. And what we're doing is we're refocusing the mind, the neural pathways to our breath. So we're switching off that inner dialogue, because it's that inner dialogue that gets us into trouble. Another option is, we call it square breathing. So it's also a really good one if you tend to panic a little bit before you're going into a meeting or a confrontation or whatever you have to do. So this is called square breathing. So close your eyes and imagine a square. Okay, so now we're going to inhale up the left side of the square. Feel your whole body expand on the inhale. Hold the breath as you get to the top of the square. So there's nothing, there's stillness, absolute nothingness. Exhale through your nostrils down the right-hand side of the square. Relax and release the breath. When you get to the end of the breath, you want to gently draw your navel towards your spine. So you're releasing all the breath from your lungs and hold the breath out. And then naturally, your body will tell you when you need to inhale a new breath. Come up the left side of the square. At the top of the square, hold the stillness, the nothingness. When you're ready to exhale, release the breath down the right side of the square, and then hold the breath out. And once again, we do this for 3 minutes, 11 minutes, 31 minutes, 2.5 hours, and then it resets the tone for the day.
I'm going to leave it there. That's, I think, a lot of food for thought, but thank you so much. Some very practical ways that you don't have to go to a class. You can just apply this in your own life right now, if that sense of kind of that overwhelming feeling is starting to set in. Set aside the to-do list for just 5 minutes. Take the time just to breathe. Exercise, as Ryan says, that's self-love, that's self-care. We all have an opportunity to change the course of our lives. It doesn't have to be massive. It can just be something small, a small act that you do right now. I think we should all start our day with 5 minutes of just a brain declutter, if you can call it that. Just defrag your mind, if you will. Focus on what matters, focus on yourself. In fact, clear your mind, find that neutral space. We are going to be getting into more yoga as we progress along this journey. But thank you so much, Fran, for opening my mind, my lungs, and my system to that. But I think we all need to just take that time to exercise a little self-love.
Great. Namaste.
Namaste.